BG did an interview, um, and it was interesting because it brought up a conversation with me and my dudes. And every time I have a conversation with them, I bring it to you. BG did an interview and they asked him, would he do a song with 6ix9ine for $1 million? Well, everybody knows 6ix9ine snitched, ratted, yapped on the cheese, jumped on the polo. He did all that shit and not denying it. Now he trying to, and I got something to say about that, man. Now he trying to put it on that all the other people ratting. We gonna talk about that. But they asked BG, would he do a song with 6ix9ine for $1 million? Now my partner sent me this. Cause he was like, man, check this out. Cause it's a good question. BG said, nah. BG said his reputation is impeccable, what he said. So he wouldn't do a song with a rat for $1 million. Then Mina came with, well, okay, but what's his old lady name? BG woman, old lady, did an interview with Gangster. And he got, was you there? Asked him, was he there? Got quiet. But the other dude was like, okay, I'll set you up. Because since you say that, now they brought up the interview with, meaning, okay, you wouldn't sit down next to a rat, but your woman did, right? Nah, it was all in fun. It wasn't the grilling and everything. But this basically is not just for BG. This for in general. I want to talk about that subject because I asked my boys them there. I said, well, okay, would you do a song with them for $1 million? Half of them nigga said, yeah, we talking about some solid cash, man. Solid cash. But now they got their own businesses retired, they doing their own thing. Now, that's a good question. I want you to put it in the comments, man. Would you, if you from the streets, would you record a song with 6ix9ine for $1 million? Let's talk about that. First of all, let me say this. Let's go back to the streets. I have seen many times, where a guy accused of snitching, not even accused, he snitched, come home, got work, and some people still fool with him. I remember these cats. I never met them. I think I seen them once or twice, but I remember they had these twins come fresh out of prison. Now this is something that I think either their cousin or something telling me happened. And they dealt with a dude that probably was a known rat. I know they had to hear it. Dealt with him one time. Next thing you know, they was right back in it. It happens. It happens on the street all the time. They rat and snitch on the streets all the time. But for some reason on this internet, to appease fans, and the fans that they trying to appease on the internet are fans that's not from the streets. Nah, that's a fact. They not from the streets. Nah, am I taking up for rats? Hell no, man. I never ratted, never snitched nobody I know ratted, or none of that. None of that. Hey, back in the days, you would have asked me that, I'd have said, fuck no, man. Boy need to die. Now, things changed, because we all grown. We all older. BG said the streets are impeccable. I'm gonna give my answer in a second. I'm getting to it. BG said his reputation is impeccable in the streets. I have a question for BG. What streets? What streets are you talking about? Because today age, these YNs, man, look, I have a cousin. He just died of, I don't know what he died of, Lil Robert, man. Lil Robert telling me, man, they got what they call snitch bonds. You go up in there, man, they arrest you, man, and you tell them what is that, and that's your bond. They go right and kick in the door and you're out. If it's accurate, you're out. They got snitch. They snitching like crazy, ratting like crazy. That's just what it is. All races. All races. Let's get that straight. Who was the first one to snitch? Okay, the first gangsters. Because black people was not the first gangsters. We the last gangsters in the United States. The last. I'm going to say it again. The last. The first ones was like the Irish and the Italians and stuff like that with the mafia. And guess what? They all snitched. Damn near all of them started snitching. And got out, started taking care of business because some of them killers and you weren't playing with a killer. stuff like that. So the black people, we the last one. Everybody, Mexicans too. Let's just talk about it. Snitches in that too. That's just what it is. And so when I asked that question, people were thinking like, man, come on. Because you got to think this dude is a rat. But you doing legit business. Whack 100 was the first one to do interviews with 6ix9ine. People saying, man, you doing an interview with a rat. You this way. He said, it's legit business. It's legit business. I'm not doing no street business with him. It's legit business. And he did it. Not everybody else trying to interview him. You understand? So that's a good question. BG, this is music. Yeah, he a rat. But is BG claiming blood? I don't know, because he did rat on Bloods. Now that might be different. BG claiming blood? I don't know. I don't know. But now, would you do it? Saying that, would you do it? For $1 million? I don't know. Me personally, man, you know what? For $1 million, nah, at my time, you know, I ain't got no one. First of all, let me say this. Before I answer that, let me say this, for you can know my pedigree. For those who don't know, in my opinion, no fuck opinion. I'm be real with you. I'm the first certified, and when I mean certified, niggas that know me, I was certified. I'm not in the streets anymore. I was certified. First certified dude to get a podcast. Everyone else thought this was for suckers. They were going around saying, man, you a YouTuber. Y'all remember that? When they was calling other people YouTuber, rappers, getting that, said, man, you just a YouTuber. Dumbest nigga shit I ever heard, because I got on this motherfucker, and I was, and back, especially when I first got on here, I split you. Now, people I hung with was shocked because I didn't talk. Back in the days, man, I just did a short saying, don't talk it, walk it. When I tell you, man, I did not talk at all. I barely said anything. People used to be asking Chuck Slim them, man, dude don't talk at all. You don't say nothing. And for me to go from not talking at all to getting a podcast, so people looked at me weird. Find me another certified street dude out here that had podcast YouTubing before me. Show him to me, and I guarantee you, he might have just ain't know me or heard of me. But then again, I had 100-some thousand subscribers, so yeah, that's bullshit. I was the first to do that, right? First to do everything, man. Come, name it. I'm the first to jump out. So if I'm the first to jump out there, we talking about back then when it was not popular. Facts. It was not popular. I had people looking at me like, man, what's going on with Smoke, man? Smoke like, what you on YouTube for? What the fuck? Yeah, I got into arguments with niggas like that. Like, what's hell? I'm doing what I do because somebody else put me on it. Then I saw a check come. I said, oh shit, what the hell? That's it. That was it. But I kept it real. Like I keep it real now. I'm not with the games, not with the gimmicky beefing, none of that. So I was the first one to do that, which lets you know. And like I said, when it wasn't popular, so I ain't care what no one thinks. Would I do business with somebody for $1 million that I know snitch? I don't know. I probably would for $1 million and wouldn't give a fuck what nobody thinks. What you gonna do? What streets I'm trying to fucking impress? I never snitch. My record impeccable. This is legit business. Who gonna do me something? The fuck you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? I got $1 million now. What you gonna do? That's my opinion. But you know, you're a rapper and you this, you got this image, man. Let me tell you something. A gangster do what they want, brother. And a gangster don't have to be a criminal. Gangsters do what they want, man. I always did what I want. When I hopped on this YouTube, I ain't asked nobody. I ain't care what nobody thought. I'm still the same Smoke. That's just what it was. Gangsters do what they want. So that's a good conversation. And you tell me what you think. I mean, what would you do? $1 million? Shit, I don't know. And then I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm saying it now, but like I said, I was totally against that so much back in the days and really totally against it now. Like, I don't believe you should rat on anyone if you was involved in that and nobody made you do it, period. And me personally, I wouldn't rat on no one then. I'm going to take it to the streets. If you got me put away for something I didn't do and you ain't take your lick, man, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to deal with you. You would wish you was locked up. You understand? But that's my thing. So what you think? Tell me what you think. Me, I'm saying probably would, but never know. Man. You never know. I never got put in that situation. But I guarantee you my decision wouldn't be on what you think. That's a fact. That's a fact. I wouldn't give a damn what you think. It'll be about my conscience, not yours. One.